Welcome back, everybody. It's Annette Granger, Keller Williams, First Atlanta. Today, we're going to talk about how to win in multiple offers. Y'all, it's been a crazy hot real estate market this summer, and there's no end in sight. Low inventory is driving the market. And if you have a house that is well kept, on trend, and priced well, you better look out, because I'm telling you, it could be the best time to sell. If you're interested in learning how your home could potentially go in multiple offers and what items are important, or if you're a buyer and you want to learn more about the market and how to win, stick around. We're going to talk about it right now. Well, y'all, this might be a long one. So grab a cup of joe or grab a sparkly and let's start talking about how to win in the multiple offer market. First, I'm going to tell a little story about last week. It was a crazy exciting week. I had 2 buyers and 1 seller that all were involved in multiple offers. One of my sellers, y'all, had 20 offers. 15 original offers, and 5 of those people resubmitted. I have never in 21 years seen so much multiple offers. Congratulations, Mike and Courtney. You did everything I asked you to do. The house needed some new flooring downstairs. They put luxury vinyl in. That was the recommendation. It had newer carpet, brand new kitchen appliances. And y'all, the buyers just ate it up. It was so exciting. Every time I'd turn around, it was like ding, 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 ding. I just kept getting offers and questions. It was just a wild ride. That was just so much fun. I just want to do it again. And then I had 2 buyers that were also involved in multiple offers. So let's talk about how do you, if you're an agent, you may be an agent watching this or a buyer. How do you, I have people ask me all the time, how do you win so many multiple offers? And I have to tell you, there's more than just price. So let's start with the obvious. If you know there's going to be multiple offers and you're an agent or if you're a buyer, let's just go ahead and say it out loud. The market has chosen to award this house with potentially more than what they're asking for. You know, if you're going to submit an offer and go under asking and then ask for some closing costs, your offer's going into trash. Just know that. I mean, that's just, should be common sense. But I often see common sense is lacking. So, the very first thing you have to do is acknowledge it may go over asking. There might be some closing costs involved, but just go ahead. If that's the house that you want, just acknowledge it's probably positioned for it to go over. But that's not the message that I want you to hear today. There are so many other things that get your offer to stand out. The very first thing is, whether you're an agent or you're a buyer, have the agent contact the listing agent. On those 15 offers I had, only a handful of agents called me and said the music to my ears. What is important to your sellers? Just say those words. You don't necessarily have to say anything else. It's not always the money. It could be the sellers need a little time before they move out. It could be the sellers have not found anything and they need a closing date that's a little bit longer than the average 30 days. It could be just any number of things. You're not going to know until you ask. They may be in a situation where the couple has split up and they need a little bit more time in answering an offer and evaluating an offer, or they may have a personality that just is not going to make a quick decision. Again, have your agent ask the simplest question ever. What is important to your seller? So then the next thing is, in looking at terms, we've talked about the asking price. It's more than likely going to be at or above. It's not always 20,000 plus above, like my Chapman listing last week. Congratulations, Courtney and Mike. I'm just so excited. It may be that you just have to go over a little bit. Again, I think information is available if you just start asking the correct questions to the listing agent. But you may have buyers that need some closing costs. They may be solid candidates for a loan, but they might need some closing costs. If so, you need to reflect that in your sales price. Again, ask when the sellers would like to close. Ask if they would like a day or so possession after closing so that they can comfortably move out and leave the home in great shape for you. Now here comes some key items. In the state of Georgia, we sell with what's called due diligence. That is the buyer's time once your contract has been selected to do inspections, to do surveys, to get vendors in, to do anything you think you need to do in order to make a final decision. Do you think a seller wants a due diligence? No, they don't. They're going to want it to be as short as possible because the rights of a buyer during due diligence are endless. They can just simply terminate because they just soured on the deal, didn't want the house, got up the next day, found something else. I don't necessarily think it's the fairest way to sell property, but I only learn the rules. I don't get to make the rules. So of course a seller is going to want an itty bitty little due diligence and a buyer is going to want longer. What's common? Well, 7 to 10 days is common. So in a multiple offer, get yourself 5 days at the most. You can certainly get an inspector within that time. And if something comes up during the due diligence, then you have the power to extend it to get more information. The next 2 protections a buyer has is financing and appraisal. Well, y'all, not everybody needs a financing contingency. Some people maybe they're underwritten approved. Maybe the lender, and that's key, you gotta be pre-approved. Maybe the lender can advise you don't really need a financing contingency. You are locked and loaded on this. Well, do you know how impressed a seller is gonna be when they see you don't even need a financing contingency? That's almost as good as cash. So talk to your lender and share this information. Get your realtor and your lender at working together as a team because that's powerful. It's just a very powerful term. And now let's talk about appraisal. Sometimes in multiple offers, a smart and savvy seller, they're gonna have to worry a little bit. If a loan's involved, it's gonna have to appraise. And no one can have any undue influence on the appraiser. But let's say you really want this house. You can write a special stipulation that if the house were to underappraise, you will pay the difference in the appraised value and what the appraised value in the contract. Maybe you're not comfortable and confident to do that. Maybe you could put that the buyer understands that should the appraisal fall short, let's say $10,000, $9,000, that you will bring the extra money to closing. It all gets down to if it's the house for you. Then you're going to be much more inclined, especially in a short inventory. And if you got to find a house or you want to find a house, being as how interest rates are, 2 to 2.5%, I don't know why anybody would want to rent that couldn't get some funds together or get funds from family. It's just an incredible opportunity that we have in history right now to buy a house. So I encourage everyone to get out there and work with a very skilled agent so that you can look at all of your opportunities. I've got 3 very happy clients that either sold in multiple offers or they were able to get the home that they dreamed of. And we stepped up and stepped out and we won that deal. So if you have more questions about how you can sell your home and potentially set yourself up for multiple offers, or if you're a buyer and you want to make sure that when you present an offer that your contract is going to get noticed. Reach out to me, either give me a call, send me an email or a text. I am happy to share my knowledge with agents, with buyers and sellers, and I wish everyone a great week until we get back together next week. Good selling.